My name is Ben. I am creating this channel as an informational resource to people, both men and women, that are in so-called twin flame relationships, marriages, and also borderline personality disorder partners, whether in marriage or dating. I have pretty extensive experience in both, and I'm just going to explain some of my findings and research and understandings about both twin flame, soulmate ideology, and borderline personality disorder, and how that ties into this whole thing. So I was in a marriage and a relationship for 6 years with one person. We were married for 3 years, so half of that was marriage. Initially, when we first met, we basically fell immediately and deeply in love, to a cellular level. And it was extremely complicated and extremely just push-pull dynamic, fighting disagreements from the very start, probably 2 weeks into our relationship after we met. And I'm just going to give a brief overview here, but essentially we were together for a total of 6 years, married for 3, the latter part. And, you know, it was the love, the attraction physically, the emotional, spiritual connection was so intense that it was just otherworldly. And for both of us, I believe, we both felt just extremely connected. And, you know, that was told to me over time by my partner that we were twin flames and that we had a soul connection and we had met before we came to earth. And I believed that, and that we were meant to be together forever. But with that, you know, for 6 years I believed that, and you know, we were fighting constantly and having insane just disruptions in our relationship to where it was malfunctioning at an extreme level. So it was probably at least one breakup, I would say, per month at a minimum. One breakup where I would leave or be thrown out of the house and have to go live somewhere else, essentially, for, you know, usually a week to 2 weeks for the first few years. But I'm explaining this because it all ties together at the end. And it took me 6 years to really understand this, but now, today, I do not believe in twin flame theology, ideology. I believe that there's mental illness in this world, and you know, I have my own fair share. Like I take 50% of the blame in that relationship, but you know, my partner did have borderline personality disorder and complex PTSD, and that was a big part of the push-pull. I wasn't the one wanting to leave and fight. I tried to mitigate the issues and show up the right way. However, it was close to impossible to do that. So with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. I have a lot of details to cover and a lot of experiences, and I know there's plenty of other people out there that are in so-called twin flame relationships, you know, with their divine feminine and, you know, blah blah blah. So just all I'm here to do is educate anyone on. I think it's a pattern that is unrecognized and unexplained that is real. And you know, twin flames, I think many times, or most of the time, it could be with a person with BPD, borderline personality disorder. So follow the channel if you like, comment, but yeah, this is really, I'm just creating this channel as an informational resource for anyone that is being told they're in this type of dynamic or is with someone that is constantly throwing them out or challenging who they are as a human. And so, yeah, see ya.